It would just be the most epic troll move ever you could ever
have.
Such
a troll.
God, just a troll. To get paid to troll Seacrest would be just a brilliant.
Brilliant scheme. And then you could really afford that house.
Courtesy of flowers.
Are we going to do this?
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to Instagram us as usual. Like a
Shereen always has to start off with Instagram.
Yeah.
Helps her get in the flow.
You're listening to The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
Hey, what's up? Brad Nolan back from vacation.
Well, look at that. You sound all chipper.
I am.
Is your heart not as black as it was before you left? I mean, your
No.
lungs are so clearly black, I can hear you wheezing already.
Maybe it's blacker, and I've accepted it. That's Brian Moote right there.
What's up, everybody? Back from Vegas. We have Shereen Thor hanging out with us today.
Hi, friends.
And let's catch up, man. Vegas. I went to Vegas for the last weekend, and everything went well except for I really fatted out last week. I went like 10 days without drinking and eating healthy, and then Vegas, I just said, screw it. You only live once.
Yeah, that's what you do when you go to Vegas anyway. It's silly to even try to pretend you're not going to do that.
I only had one weird emotional meltdown that I feel like admitting. And now,
it's going to be good.
So there were ones you don't feel like admitting?
No, I only had one weird
right.
emotional meltdown. It's because of the drinking, I think. I don't know. But I came in hot in Vegas with just like 2 shots of vodka once I got there because I was way behind everybody else. And I was still a little bit perturbed and being a little bit of an emo little bitch that my girlfriend got to Vegas on Thursday and then didn't talk to me for 8 hours. Right? See? I can tell by Shereen's laugh that she kind of agrees that would be perturbing.
Just a little.
Like if your husband Kenny went to Vegas with the people, you know who he's with, but still there's no check in, let you know what's up, how I'm doing. Not even I need to know her whereabouts. I just kind of wanted to feel included in the whole shebang. And she froze me out, so I was a little bit...
Ouch!
How long? So that'd be 24 hours basically until you got there?
She checked in with me at 9:30, and she was hammered with her sister, and she was ordering a grilled cheese sandwich. So, but that's not the point. The point is not what she was doing. I knew she was just having fun with her sister and some friends. But the point was that I kind of feel like if I would have done that, if I would have pulled that move, hell to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Hell to pay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. To be honest, in my relationship, I'm the one who sucks at being responsive and picking up the phone and texting. So I'm kind of on her side right now. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, you're allowed to be that way because you're a girl.
Well, that's where the double standard comes.
Yeah.
And so she didn't even really know I was pissed until the next day. And then I told her I was drunk and I was just told her I was just upset. And then for some reason, I got super annoyed with gambling. And
did you get righteous about it too?
Just internally. I went and I found myself, everyone was going to go gamble, and I was like, I'm not going to gamble, man. I'm not going to develop that addiction, go down that road like my dad. It just got all weird about it. I don't know why. I've never been like that, and I just got super weird about it. And then I went down and just sat in front of the Bellagio fountain by myself at this restaurant and ordered some prawns to eat. And had a glass of wine, and was just getting more emo by the second.
Or it sounds like you were literally channeling me.
Oh my God, this is so amazing.
Weird dad comments and then just kind of rolling out to be alone.
Annoyed by. I was just none of these people know about the addictions of gambling.
Give me some prawns.
Yeah, I want some bacon wrap. They're bacon wrap prawns too.
Okay.
And I had a big old glass of red wine. I was like a Pinot Noir.
You're so classy and angry at the same time.
Then when I went back up, we went to this Chinese restaurant in the Bellagio, and my friend Taylor looked at me. She's like, "Stop being a little bitch." And I was like, "All right." And then the next day, she was like, "Remember when I called you a little bitch in that Chinese place?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You needed it. You were being a little bitch."
You needed it.
And I was like, "I was."
She's
like,
Taylor.
I feel like I'm your big sister sometimes, and you were just being a little emo bitch about everything. I'm like, I don't know why I was. The vodka hit me on an empty stomach.
Hey.
But yeah, it was. I survived it, minus the 7.5 hour drive home with my girlfriend sleeping the entire time.
Damn.
Then
That's
I was right
brutal.
back to little bitch mode.
Just pissed. Oh my God, Brian, you're such an angry boyfriend.
By the way, he says 7 hours. It's only supposed to be what, 3?
3.5,
3.5, 4?
4.
And
There's
it's
traffic,
when
man.
it turns into 7,
Oh.
it is, and it's unexpected. It's a problem every time.
That does suck.
So, Brad, what was the highlight of your vacation?
All the work I did
Oh, stop.
on
Seriously?
vacation.
You were working? Why?
Oh, stop it! You saw the emails.
Well, yeah, but I also told you to sit your ass on a lawn chair and settle down. It's like, why are you?
I was like,
why are you
this
even
is
on
me
this?
relaxing. No, I really enjoyed. So I hadn't seen my wife and daughter for like 3 weeks before I went up there.
Just about, yeah, right. That's a good clip.
When you were listening to those fireworks that sounded like war on the 4th.
Yeah,
It's very
by yourself.
dramatic.
All alone, just sitting there.
Watching war movies.
Yeah, Apocalypse Now, sitting there putting like combat paint on his face.
I did that. And so when I rolled up to the airport, it was interesting because my wife didn't bring my daughter to the airport.
Oh.
Which is interesting. But it was very cool because we got to like have adult conversations for the hour it takes to get back to Tacoma from Seattle.
Did you guys go out for adult dinner, or you just were like...
we had to go to bed really quickly because the next early morning we were all getting in the car. Me and all of her family were going down to Ocean
in a car
Shores.
together? You and the whole
There
family?
were 3 cars.
Oh, it was like
Stop
a
it.
caravan.
You totally had car sex. Come
We
on.
didn't. No, we didn't.
Brad, I'm so
But
disappointed.
if we did, I'd be like, guys, we had car sex. It was awesome.
Car sex is pretty fun.
Here's the thing, though.
It's such a
pretty
good
good.
time.
Here's the thing.
Pulling over, jump in the back seat.
We get down to Ocean Shores. Her family has like a timeshare condo thing down there. And we kept having her mom take our daughter to the pool, and we hooked up like a bunch.
Oh, that's
Whoa, look
so
at
nice.
that.
First couple days.
Get
and
it,
then
y'all.
her dad showed up, and then we didn't hook
Then
up
we
again.
stopped.
Why?
It was over.
Are you scared he has like radar?
No,
like
no,
sex
he just
radar?
he just never left the condo.
Oh.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
please
That's
leave.
the worst.
We
Yeah.
need to do some things.
It's funny. Vegas was great for me, like in the hookup area. And it wasn't until I got back to Los Angeles and back to my 200,000 degree apartment where like that wasn't happening.
Yeah, nobody
Like-
wants to touch when you're sweaty.
We did during the day, like on Sunday,
It gets so personal. in
Monday.
here.
I don't remember. But
so,
it was like
at what time did your naked belly
Well,
touch hers? Because that's what I want to know.
I have to set it up because it was like 200 degrees in the apartment, and neither one of us wanted to be on top, and neither one wanted to put in any
You
work.
guys are hilarious.
We were sweating. And then she doesn't like it if I sweat on her. So she was
yeah.
like, I can't imagine why. And she kept looking up at me, and I kept like trying to like wipe it off my face. And like,
You're like, I'm sorry.
"No, that's fine, nothing. It's nothing.
I'm not sweating. You're sweating.
Focus. Keep your
neurotic-
head in the game.
Hot neurotic sex.
Stop staring at me. This is taking forever. Handle your business. So Vegas was better. I miss air conditioning.
Yeah, I just discovered that everyone I know in Los Angeles doesn't have air conditioning, which
How
is a
did you
weird thing.
just discover that? It's like the plague over here, man.
I don't know. I have air conditioning, so I don't think about it.
You're like all these losers.
Well,
No, it was
I think it's that you just kind of don't. You live in an apartment building with a central air conditioning.
yeah, newer building too. It's
Right.
newish. So.
My apartment was built in like 1935,
Yeah.
and so they don't have, and like nothing works, and so there wasn't any central air anyway. So you have to have a window unit. We have an air conditioning thing for the living room, but that for some reason only worked for like 10 minutes, and then started spitting out hot air. I was like, well, unplug that. And then it just became a game of let's just see how much we can cool this place down by 9 o'clock at night. And last night she said she didn't sleep 1 second. And as she was
that
headed to
sucks.
the airport, she was like, I miss you. I wish I didn't have to leave. And I was like, yeah, but air conditioning? She's like, never mind.
Bye.
I'll see you in Atlanta sometime. I'm not going to go cook myself in your stupid oven apartment.
It's funny.
And she doesn't like me having all the windows open in the place and the door open because she's like, bugs are going to get in.
Sounds like it was a tough weekend for you guys, man.
Weekend was great. It was a tough Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
I have had a collection of 15 minutes of sleep in 3 days.
So you're going to be Brad today, cranked out.
It's going to be a good health update because you were unhealthy. I've been unhealthy, and Shereen can tell us how bad people we are.
That's a good point.
You're pretty much terrible people. I mean, that's all I got.
Well, Brad said, the fake quit smoking situation we've got.
I was going to say, I'm like, wasn't that, didn't we
All
talk
right, well.
about that?
Segment number 2.
The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan. Here we have Brian Moote
This better not get me in trouble with my girlfriend.
and Brad Nolan.
No, my wife wants to flip the swinger switch.
Just two boys without man buns.
Not if her dad's in the apartment condo. She ain't flipping any switches.
Yeah, no, she actually did want to. Like, there was a few times where she's like, "Let's go over here and do it over here," and I was like,
Throw
"I'm
your
not
keys in
doing
a bowl."
it. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Not doing it.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't like doing that either. Stressful.
We did some romantic stuff. It was cool on vacation. We did like a little boat ride and things like that. And romantic for us, we literally ordered pizza and had like just hung out on this boat with this old guy and drove around the canals of Ocean
But
Shore.
that's awesome. I feel like when
cool.
you're married with kids, like just getting away from your children is romance.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you, God.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be some like
Doesn't-
epic moment.
No.
Yeah.
It's just, it gets to be a moment where you actually get to be alone and be adult human beings.
See, I feel like for me, I still have to put out those gestures. You know
You
what I
do.
mean?
Yeah, you do. You haven't
Like-
signed the contract.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
We're never doing that contract. I've already done that.
Like maybe for
bum-ass
you,
contract.
the contract is when you have a baby. Then everything's gonna get real unromantic.
Speaking of babies, I found this hilarious. My ex had her baby on my girlfriend's birthday,
Stop.
which is fun.
That's
Eh,
weird.
Yeah,
Just makes me feel weird.
It's
Probably did
weird.
it on purpose.
she doesn't even know.
She's all F you, Brian.
Look how happy I am.
Brian.
Oh no, trust me, that was the worst day of her life.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, the suffering is
Just
no
sucker.
joke. Yeah, the joke's on her.
Well, what's funny part is that the only reason I know because I got tagged in like some Google alerts from like British outlets who put up these little blog posts or whatever. But then I realized that she unblocked me on Instagram,
Oh, very nice.
which means that was a conscious decision to be like, look at this.
Oh right, like she's like, check it out.
Yeah, like, oh, you think like I think she wants me to look, which I did.
Of course. I mean, what are you going to do?
I was just talking about this today with my nanny about how weird it is that now we can peer into people's lives that we would not normally be connected to. It like really makes it hard not to stalk exes.
I go down the rabbit hole of not even the exes and the people they hang out with. And like next thing I know, I'm like, you ever go on Instagram stories or whatever and you go to hit back and it goes to the last page you were looking at, which is like somebody you don't know. Then you hit back again. You're like, another person I don't know. And I'm like 9 people removed from the person I was initially looking at. And I'm like, God, you need a better hobby. This is the worst. Who has this kind of time? I don't even care.
Everyone, we're all doing it, Brian.
I don't even like fitness bloggers. And look at it, I'm like 9 fitness bloggers away from the one I'm not even a big fan of to begin with. It's like 9 levels of hate right now.
I don't have those problems anymore. I only follow like 80 people on Instagram, 19 on Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
You're big time, dude.
Social cleanse.
That's actually really good. I like
What?
the cleanse.
Yeah, I used to follow a lot of like,
Instagram models.
yes. And when I unfollowed all of them, I was down to 85. It was weird. I was following 2,000 people. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like you're.
I mean, I really feel like Instagram is for the beautiful woman. Like that platform.
They're killing it.
It's like perfect for the beautiful woman.
if you look at the difference between,
Brad, meh.
I think it's for products.
yeah, but that's what beautiful women are selling. And
They're chucking.
is all the
Yes.
beauty products. That's what I'm saying. Every girl with over 100,000 followers on Instagram is a fitness guru
Yes.
all of a sudden. And they have clothes they wear, they recommend, they go on Instagram stories, and all they do is go like, hey guys, so, and then they just walk
Here's this
you
new
through.
thing I'm really excited about.
Right. These Lululemon pants, these are so supportive, and so it's just
Yeah, we know.
obnoxious.
That's why they're $200.
Or how
Yeah.
about this? The randos with the meal plans. What? Who the hell are you? Just because you're skinny doesn't mean that you did anything right. It
I
could
just
be
posted
genetic.
I posted my meal plan this morning.
Yeah.
Did you?
Brad, I saw yours. It was a bag of chips and a sandwich that came in a cartridge. Okay, there's no way those sandwiches are healthy.
You know what? I should start posting my meal plan.
It's funny, Brad's meal plan. It's one of those sandwiches that comes like prepackaged
In a
like-
triangle?
Yeah, in those triangle plastic.
Gross.
It looks like the astronauts eat it. Like they're like, you know what? These aren't going to go bad ever. Let's send them to space.
That's good.
I feel like I was being super healthy. The problem with being healthy for me eating when I'm on trips or just hanging out with my girlfriend in general is that I don't want to not have a good time. So then I'm like,
Yeah.
we ate like 17 times a day in Vegas. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous between me being emo about gambling and ordering prawns and then ending up at some rando Chinese place.
Bacon wrapped bronze.
Oh yeah.
We're back there.
When you said that, it did change the game. I'm
Pretty
not
good.
gonna lie.
I think I thought about dipping one in the wine for some reason because it felt so classy. As I
You're
was
just
watching
like
the Bellagio
fully
fountain.
creeped out right now. Like I don't even know what's happened
Yeah,
to
I
that
don't-
version of you.
I don't know either. It was a long drive through the desert and
I
a
was
weird weekend.
dipping it in Pinot Noir like that. It's just
Just like
the edge.
and wringing it out
Yeah.
like that's gonna be now it's got a wine glaze on it.
I think that food a lot of times is associated with, like, for me anyway, when it comes to food, I don't like rules. I don't put me, I can't do the box thing. I can't be in a box. And so when it comes to food, and I'm on a vacation or something like that, I'll just go, well, I'm eating whatever I want
Yeah.
because I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Did the same thing by getting a Dairy Queen Blizzard on the way home.
Dude, you know,
I do that every day.
I'm literally exactly the same as you guys, but right now I've put myself in a box. And you know what I did before I came here? I baked some chicken and then I cut it up into pieces and then I weighed it 6 ounces in all kinds of different containers.
So now you meal prepped?
I'm freaking meal prepping, dude.
Wow.
It's legit.
The amount of discipline it takes to be a meal prepper. That's another thing I see on all these all the Instagram stories with all these self-proclaimed fitness gurus is meal prep Sunday. You see them
Cooking for the week, yeah.
Yes, sauteing asparagus.
Yeah,
and
but like honestly, it's the only way to eat healthy. If you don't do it, you're just going to grab at whatever, and whatever makes you fat. You
My
know what
wife
I'm
meal
saying?
preps for herself and for me when I ask for it. And she
in tiny
kills it.
Tupperwares?
Yeah, we have
Gotta do
specific,
it.
it's a whole thing.
'Cause
Freeze some of them,
otherwise,
put some in the
if
fridge.
you have to wait to cut the chicken and weigh it. You've already shoved like a burger in your mouth.
Yeah,
by
you
the
just whip
time.
out that Uber Eats.
Exactly. Like it's got to be fast. You got to be like, boom! I got my. You know what I ate for lunch, guys? Spinach,
Whoa.
an apple. That's my carb.
Wait.
6 ounces of chicken.
Is
and
this-
a little bit of avocado.
Are you
That's
doing
my fat.
Are you on keto thing?
No, I mean I don't know if it's keto. I don't know what it is. It's basically just like this is what you eat. It's
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
just his own thing.
I need to talk about this for a second.
Okay.
I'm so tired of the diets, the keto diets, this
Oh,
diet, that diet, all this diet. My wife's
Intermittent
sister,
fasting
Kristen. I
even?
hope you're not listening. Every time I go to the Northwest to hang out with my wife's in-laws, her sister is on some other crazy ass diet.
Are they working?
No,
Or is Rooney I really hope she's not listening now. He's like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No, what I'm saying
God.
is, listen, if they were working, she wouldn't be changing it all the time, right?
point.
And so, like, the thing, and she looks fine.
That's
She
true.
looks great. It's fine. It's not a big deal. This time she's saying it's because of medical reasons, which that's a whole episode, because she had a blood clot situation earlier this year.
Should lay
and-
off the fats.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that. Anyway,
I don't know, maybe not.
Every time,
I'm not a fitness guru.
I don't know anything.
every time I go there, she's got some other thing. And I'm just like, don't I just eat healthy? Just eat the right amount of everything.
That's
it
hard.
doesn't have to be.
That is hard.
It
Brad.
is, but if you
Sucks,
sit down,
too.
okay, how many shake programs is she on?
I know, and that's not even a bad one. I want a bacon wrapped pizza. The entire pizza wrapped in bacon.
I
like-
do miss pizza.
Well, she sits down and reads all these health books. You should know enough by now to put your own
That's
thing
actually
together.
true. That's true. Yeah, you should know enough by now.
I mean,
Get it together. Jeez.
I don't know if I agree with that, because when I decide I'm going to eat healthy, I really don't know what to do besides eat salads or hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, like to be honest, I almost like how annoyingly specific this diet is because I'm like, I know exactly.
Takes the
what
thinking
to
out
do.
of it,
I don't
right?
have to think about it. I just got to follow the directions. And certainly there's moments where I'm like, I just want to do what I want. Get off me, biatch. You know, but that's the voice in my head that makes me fat. So
Like I found the other day, this is how sad mine got in terms of trying to eat healthy, is I'll order pho, like Vietnamese soup, and just be like, I'm not going to eat the noodles, as if that's like, yeah, all this sodium broth with pork in it. But I'm like, no noodles. I'm really trying to watch my figure right now. The rice noodles are really unhealthy. I don't even know if that's true. I just assume they look carb heavy, and all I want is the sprouts and the meat and the broth and just an S-load of sriracha. I burned myself.
Gotta do it.
Eating healthy? You guys got to hear my spec spot for Brian's Roses.
I
All
can't
right,
wait to hear this.
Let's start another segment.
It's really good. It's
Here
going
we-
to make me a millionaire.
Excited.
Brian Moote is a stand-up comedian. Brad Nolan is a stand-up dad. The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
Stand up, Dad.
What's up, at Brad Nolan on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to download Brian's app, you just text the word Moote, Moote, to
36260. You were close, man. I thought you were
So
really going to go
close.
for the whole thing all the way through.
I don't have liner cards, and really, I'm just a monkey who reads.
Yeah, and
That's where my skills are.
pushes
Me too.
buttons.
All right, that's Brian. Shireen's in the house, too.
What's up?
Shereen
y'all?
Thor, the one and only.
So you're...
I like when you say that. It
The
makes
one
me
and
feel
only.
like there's
you
like
got to be the
something-
only one. I'm going to look up. I'm going to name search right now. And
There is actually a chick named Shereen Thor. She spells her first name differently, but she like founded this company of these bracelets, and I bought one. And she messaged me specifically like, "Yo, we got the same name."
That's funny.
Cute, yeah.
So Brian is on the radio. He does a morning show in Los Angeles on 97.1 AMP radio.
That's true.
And the competing personality to Brian's morning show is a gentleman by the name of
Ryan Seacrest.
Look it up. Oh, Brian Seacrest.
No
that's
big
correct.
deal. Who's that guy?
He does this tired old 30-year-old bit called Ryan's Roses.
Which, hold on, but I don't like these bits anyway. These whole like bust people for cheating by sending flowers. One, that's not a thing that happens for real. Like the bit falls apart to me when I realize, like, in my 30 plus years of being alive on this planet, no one's ever offered me free roses.
Yeah,
like if
not
that was
gonna
a thing
happen.
that, flower companies aren't making the killing that they need to make to be able to just, willy-nilly just start shilling out roses to everybody, whoever needs them, right? Even if they move into the new, and that's always the thing. We moved into the neighborhood. They're not even real places anymore. They're online.
Yeah.
How dare you pretend you have just opened a brick and mortar store?
I've never seen your store. It's 1-800-Flowers.com. Where is your store? So on the Ryan Seacrest morning show, they do that Ryan's Roses, also called War of the Roses, and like 500,000 other radio.
Yeah, that's what it was always
Oh,
called, and then
really?
Ryan just made his
I
custom.
mean, that's a pretty good idea, though, to brand it with yourself. But so the thing is, like, they give you roses, and your girl suspects a guy of cheating, or a guy, vice versa, whatever. And they're like, hey, they call up like, hey, we just moved into the neighborhood. We got some free roses for you. All you got to do is, to give it to 10 other people. And these dumb idiots are like, oh, I'll send it to my mistress. Bang, bang, bang. And then they're on there like, ha-ha, gotcha. And they're like, explain yourself. And then the girl comes on because she's waiting too, just like waiting in the bushes, just like jump out and be like, ha, I knew you were cheating, Trevor. You've been acting so weird lately. And everybody just eats it up, and it's just so phony.
And poor Trevor, a voice actor, his real name is Tom, so he doesn't really know how to react.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even know how Trevor would be upset, or maybe not. Trevor sounds confident. So I've got a brilliant idea. I think it's going to make me millions of dollars, and I'm going to keep you guys posted. But I sent in the spec commercial. Now, a spec commercial is a fake commercial you record, and then your salespeople at the radio station will then take it to these different clients and say, hey, this is what it would sound like if Brian did a spot for you. Now, I have an idea to do a 1-800-Flowers commercial for the company where I have a promo code, and all I do is talk about how I'm not trying to catch you, bust you cheating. Like, I swear, you know what, as far as I'm concerned, give them to everybody you're banging. I don't care.
Brian's Roses.
Brian's Roses. So here is my spec commercial that I made for Brian's Roses. And hopefully 1-800-Flowers.com. I'm giving you guys a bunch of free advertising right now.
I like it.
Promo code pay me. Hopefully they do it. So here's my spec
It is a
commercial.
good service, by the way. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian from the Morning Show. Now, I've got a deal for you, but it's for flowers. Discounts on flowers from 1-800-Flowers.com. Use the promo code Brian. Now, whoa, don't freak out, okay? I know there are some radio shows where they'll tell you, hey, we're going to give you roses, and they're trying to bust you for cheating, okay? I don't know your life, and frankly, live it however you want to. I'm just trying to hook you up with some discounts on flowers from 1-800-Flowers.com. Click on the radio icon. Use the promo code Brian. I'm not the moral police, and I don't need to exploit your life for radio content. Just want to help you out, man. I say you should give flowers to everyone in your life using the promo code Brian. Give them to your wife when she's pissed off at you. Give them to your wife and the girl your wife busted you cheating with because she probably hates your guts too. In fact, give them to a mistress in Vegas you met a couple weeks ago just so she keeps quiet about things. I don't care. It's your life. I just want to help you out by giving you a discount on flowers. 1-800-Flowers.com. Use the promo code Brian. Brian's Roses are not trying to make you look like a fool. Boom!
Slayed.
Yes.
Murdered.
Button on the end of that
Who
one.
did you send this to the appropriate people? Do I need to get on this
No, I
somehow?
sent this. I sent this to the sales
good.
folks
This is good.
who were actually excited when I pitched this to them. They're like, man, that would be great. And I was telling them, like, I think this would be great because Ryan's Roses as a bit is iconic for Ryan's Seacrest show.
And
Now-
just in Los Angeles in general, people
Of
can call
course.
that, just say, hey, Brian's Roses.
Right, they get it, but I think it's so funny and just such an epic troll job that I get paid for to do Brian's Roses, which are just literally a promo code of me not trying to bust you cheating, and I think that people would listen to it and laugh and
Yeah.
go, "Oh my God, that's 1-800-Flowers." Next time I cheat on my girl or whatever.
I'm going to use Brian's code.
I made a couple different versions. One of them I felt bad, like as I was telling them, like, buy them for everyone, every girl that you're sleeping with. And then I was like, though I don't condone cheating, if you happen to, whoops, here's a promo code for cheap flowers.
Oh, man.
I think it's going to be...
I hope we use this.
Oh,
I hope
I'm
this
sure it'll
happens.
get picked up.
If not, we're just going to run that commercial on the podcast and our
Yeah.
show forever.
That's true.
I'm going to keep doing it until 1-800-Flowers decides.
Why do
it's
people
fun.
keep putting Brian in the
Yeah.
There's no Brian promo
This is
code.
so
They
weird.
just want roses. Cheaters roses. They're black. Black like your heart.
Black and plastic.
I'm not above selling out.
No,
Hey.
of course not. You wouldn't be in this industry if you
That's why we
were.
got into it.
Well, I just don't think anyone's above selling out.
I think the people who say they are just haven't had the opportunity yet.
You think?
Like the people
Or maybe
who,
they don't need it bad enough?
I used to get mad.
yeah. Brad, you probably were one of those guys like, I used to like them when they weren't mainstream.
No. I used to get mad when people said that because I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the whole goal. Like people are like, Lincoln Park's sold out. They've gone mainstream. I was like, yeah, if that means making a truckload of money, that's the entire goal, you
Yeah.
idiots.
And that's like success for an artist. Like, why would
Yeah.
you want an artist to always have to be broken and small?
So dumb.
It's rude.
I went and
It's just rude.
I went and looked at some houses in the Hollywood Hills, and I'm trying to sell out as fast as possible. I'll do. I'm not even kidding you. I will do flower endorsements for competing flower companies at this point on the same show. I'll two different types of cars. I'll just be like, they're not in the same hour, man. If you listen at 7 a.m., I talk about Subaru. You listen at 8, I talk about Audi. I don't care.
There's something I do have to inform you on. You know, back in the old days when we were in smaller markets, that would have worked. No one would have even noticed. But nowadays, there's like a whole department dedicated to making sure that doesn't
busting me
happen.
for all my sales.
Yeah.
They're like, stop
Shenanigans?
selling out, Brian.
They're like,
You're
"Hey,
selling
you
out
can't-
too quickly.
I don't know if you remember, we were in one situation where one of the people on the show couldn't show up to an event because it was at a dealership that was other than what they were promoting.
True. I remember the first radio show I was on, my co-host Jackie kept taking endorsements for things that like she literally physically couldn't do because she'd already had too much per se Botox done by a competing company. So guess who then had to go get free air quotes Botox? This guy right here.
Stop.
And they went and
Did
shot.
you?
Yeah, well,
Look at you.
She just didn't give me an option. She was like, "Oh, I got you free Botox." I'm like, "I didn't ask for free Botox."
I didn't want that.
She's like, "Well, I would do Botox, but I've already had way too much Botox done, and there's nowhere they could do Botox on me that would my face doesn't move regardless." And I'm gonna do the lip filler, which she did, and her face blew up like she just
Stop.
kissed a curling iron.
I remember
geez.
because the day after she did that, she said she took the day off and she's like, I don't feel well, and then she came back and her lips were.
She took 3 days off because she couldn't speak.
Oh, damn.
And we couldn't even make fun of that on the air because they were a client, and we can't be like, Jackie's like, yeah, I went out to whatever Botox place it was, and now my lips are the size of a duckbill. So, great. Use the promo code Jackie. You'll love it.
Hi, Jackie.
I don't think she listens, but if she did, she'd laugh at that. I think right now she'd probably go back and really blast him. Well, yes, I know she would do
So then
that.
did it fade?
Yeah, the Botox gets reabsorbed into your body.
And then it
But
just goes
it's
away.
just weird to me. Like, you can't, like, granted, I have, like, lines in my forehead similar to, like, a Shar-Pei. Like a dog.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it is. Watch, I do that. They're all, like, they're smunchy. It's like all...
Nobody notices these things.
I notice it every time I look in the mirror.
I just
Real
noticed
downer.
my second chin.
So, Brad, did you quit smoking yet?
No, we'll talk about it. You want to do the final segment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about addiction.
You're listening to The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
Yes, you are. And I'm the Brad Nolan part. Brian Moote is here.
What's cracking, y'all?
Shereen Thor in studio.
Hi, friends.
Still, as far as I can tell, Shereen Thor's still the only Shereen Thor.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you've been the whole show now. You've been doing
I'm
this.
people searching. I'm using all the outlets right now. People search, Finder. Ooh, no, now I'm on this one. They want to know if you're male or female. Now I'm gonna keep it limited to only females.
Yeah, 'cause
I think that's
that's
unfair if I found a male Shereen Thor.
It'd be kind of interesting, though. I'd be like, sup?
Well, we'll look for next. Right now, it's doing the thing where it makes it. It knows. This is what I hate about these people finder things. Is that now it's going through the thing where it's like, we're searching all the records. Ooh, and they got all these like bells and whistles going on. They already know the results.
Not only do
Technology's
they
like,
already
bang.
know, they're about to ask for your email.
Yeah, they're gonna tell me.
That's true.
They're gonna be like, we did find all the information, but
We'll send it to you to
For-
your email.
yeah, for one payment of $7 and 4 of 200. We're at 9%, 10% right now. So,
Ooh.
Brad, did you quit smoking?
I did not.
You were pretty adamant to me a few weeks ago that you were on your last carton, and I laughed in your face, but deep down inside, it was like that moment on Good Will Hunting where I hoped I was wrong. Like every day I was Ben Affleck showing up at your house, and I hoped I'd knock on the door, and you would not be there.
Yeah, I
blew it.
It's a great reference, by the way.
I was gonna say, I'm like, get it,
Pretty
Brian.
specific. You did. Now you're all envisioning Ben Affleck just standing,
Just feels
kinda
deep.
sad, but also like a smile comes on his face, like knew the kid would do it, did it.
I hope to someday give you that feeling. But I was on my last pack of cigarettes when I landed in Seattle, and I went 2 days.
2 days though.
And lost my damn mind.
Yeah?
Oh, is that
What do
when
you
like
mean?
the shakes kicked in or something?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't really physical. I don't know. I can't even describe it. But like, also like, it was probably just the worst time ever because when I go to the Northwest, I usually get sick because my fibromyalgia it's crazy up there because it's like I wake up in pain and stuff, and then like going through all the withdrawal crap didn't help. So 2 days, and then I said, babe, I gotta go get a pack of smokes, and so I kind of gave up on it. But I did call and get dial in with a smoking cessation specialist, so I'll be having that meeting next week. It's basically like a sponsor for quitting smoking plus the medication.
What if we just put a shock collar like a dog on you, and every time you wanted to, so I could just hit a remote on it and zap your ass?
It was really depressing, honestly, that I couldn't just like, I'm not cool, it's like strong enough to just be like, bye, and you're like, oh, this really is addiction.
Well, it's just out. It's
You're like,
just
now I believe.
Yeah.
Now I
right.
believe
Like
it.
I've only heard this a million times, but for some reason I thought it applied to people who are weaker in spirit than me.
Seriously, man. Like there is, and it wasn't quite that extreme, but there's part of me that was like, man, you used to be able to do anything. What
Yeah.
are you,
Yeah.
you piece of junk?
It's
But I've been
kinda
feeling that
terrible.
way about my life in general. So.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of like maybe hitting that like time in your
Yeah.
life where you realize you're not superhuman. It kind of stinks.
Oh, man.
No, it's
called
more
your
like-
30s.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, your 30s. Yeah, for me it was becoming a mom, but whatever.
For me, it's been more like, did you really do what you could have done with all your superhumanness? And is it all gone? Like,
Yeah.
it's been like that kind of like, should you really be sitting in this tiny little studio with Brian right now? Or could you have been doing something better?
Yeah. Should you be a bigger deal?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Nope.
Odds
dude.
are you're doing pretty well. It's funny. I've been so.
Brian's like, you're on the Brian Moote Show. This is like the biggest deal ever.
I'll change it to with Shereen Thor. Last week we had Pat did not want you on the show at all, so we'd have to every time we'd go to the imaging. Pat, I don't even heard that episode yet. It'd be the Brian Moote Show with, and Pat would go Patrick Moote.
That's funny, though.
He was, and that was a good episode because if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. He was on painkillers, and you can drastically hear the change in his attitude over the hour.
That's hilarious.
From his surgery. It's interesting though because my girlfriend and I were talking about. We had a discussion about addiction yesterday because of the Demi Lovato news. Now I don't know if you've heard about this story, Shereen, but Demi Lovato, singer, big global star, basically, has been sober for 6 years, from 19 till 25 now. Then she relapsed, did a song about it that just came out. And she overdosed on, being reported, initially it was heroin, but now they're just saying could have been an opioid of any kind. They found none. No one would tell the paramedics what she overdosed on, which drives me crazy. I like to slap them all for that. But her friend had used Narcan on her, which is an opioid counteractive drug. So we were having a conversation about like sobriety and owning your addiction. And we were having the difference between somebody coming out and saying like, I am sober, and the pressure that you have on yourself to remain sober is not something I'd ever want to have to go through, which is also why over the last couple weeks, I've really kind of unpacked my own addictions and looked at like some periods of time in my life and been like, why were you drinking so much then, right? Like when I was going through my divorce, why were you drinking every day? And then looking at stuff like, why were you drinking and hiding it? That's when it becomes me, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Where, like, I'm not drinking in a social setting. There was times where literally I would be on my way to do something, like an event that I'm getting paid for, and I'd stop at, like, a mini mart while I'm walking and buy, like, a giant Mike's Hard lemonade, like 8% alcohol, let's turn it up, and drink it out of a paper bag by myself while I'm walking to an event. Like, that is alcoholism. You know what I mean? Like, you have to rein that in. And the pressure that I would I don't think I'd be able to maintain the pressure of someone who, as a public figure, would be like, I hit rock bottom and now I'm sober and I'm going to be that champion for sobriety because I would never want to feel like I let people down if I failed, which is I think what a lot of like these people that are famous do. But we were kind of unpacking that in the terms of addiction and how many people in her life, in Demi Lovato's life, were like keeping the secret that she wasn't actually sober.
Oh, right.
Like, I feel like if I was going to do that, there'd be times where people would say like, yeah, but I saw him drinking.
Yeah.
Like he's not actually sober.
In a small way, I kind of think I had that feeling too when I was like, because on the show, I was like, I'm quitting, done.
Right.
Right.
See,
And then
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I'm like, it's smoking. I'm not, it's not the end of the world.
Smoking
but that
still is,
feeling
it'll kill you. I mean,
yeah. It just takes longer. Yeah.
Hopefully. I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't know.
Some people's bodies react differently to everything. I think for me, I looked at it like, oh man, when I looked back at that, looking back now, I'm like, ooh, that's problematic. Like drinking in secret. You know what I mean? Versus at the time, I just was stressed out, not really knowing how to process the stress of going through a divorce and being in a job like, radio and entertainment where you have a lot of nerves that are all at one time and you're drinking to like shut those things up but you feel like, hey, I'm hiding this perfectly well. I'm pretty sure I wasn't.
Yeah.
There were some
There were some moments on live performing where I probably overreacted or snapped or said something I shouldn't have said on stage.
Just makes you empathize with Bieber. You know what I'm saying?
It does. I do.
Me and Justin.
I get it, babes. I get it.
BFFs, bro.
No, but I've been thinking about addiction lately too because my husband's going to kill me, but like he's super into games and I've been like sending him obnoxious articles about how gaming is now considered an actual addiction.
It's by the World Health Organization.
Yes.
Gaming is an addiction.
Exactly. So now they're really looking at it and trying to see the effects on the brain. And then I've been thinking about my own self, like doing this health program. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I would have thought this before because I thought I was a moderately healthy person. And I was like, why is this last 15 pounds not coming off? But like now that I'm eating so well, I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I had a compulsive relationship with food where like it was self-soothing or it was like relief or pleasure or whatever,
Just be careful it doesn't go the other way and you have an addiction to
I'd be down for
what's in the
addiction to
mirror.
health. Oh.
I like your image.
That'd be a better one. That'd be a better one
Hey.
than being a fat cow.
I'll tell you what.
cause big health problems.
No, it's not. It's not nearly as much fun.
I'm not going to be like anorexic. I'll just be like a fitness freak. That's not going to. Honestly, I'm too lazy. I'm
let's
too
just
lazy
throw
for all
the
that.
towel in and get fat and eat pizza.
Yes!
Wrapped in bacon. Bacon wrapped pizza.
The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
Big news, New York City. The OnePlus 7 Pro 5G is available exclusively at Sprint. Enjoy blazing fast download speeds with incredible reliability and dependable coverage. Get it for just $20 a month. That's a savings of more than 40%. All you need is an 18-month lease and approved credit. Learn more about 5G coverage in your area at sprint.com/sprint5G. After $15 per month credit, apply within 2 bills with new line of service or eligible upgrade on qualifying plan. If you cancel early, remaining balance due, excludes tax. Offer coverage not available everywhere, subject to credit and $30 activation fee and restrictions apply.